In this video, I'm going to show you how to list your product on Amazon. All you need to do is sign up for an Amazon seller account. If you're new to my channel and haven't checked it out yet, here's an in-depth tutorial on how to set up your Amazon seller account, right there in the corner. To sign up for your Amazon seller account, the first thing you need to do is go to sell.amazon.com, click on sign up, and sign up for an account. Now, once you've signed up for an account, just simply log into your account to access your Amazon Seller Central. From there, click on these three lines up here, and then go to catalog and click on add products. If you'll be selling a product that is already being sold on Amazon, simply enter the product name here, or use the UPC, the little barcodes found in your product, or you can just input the ASIN number. However, if the product you want to sell is new to Amazon, or if it's not yet being sold on Amazon, click on I'm adding a product not sold on Amazon. The next step would be choosing a category for your product. As you can see, there are a lot of different categories to choose from: appliances, baby products, beauty, personal care, and a lot more. Just simply select the category that best fits your product listing. There's actually an easy way to determine the right category for your product. All you need to do is type in here what you're trying to sell on Amazon. For instance, I'll be selling Snooze Guard, an anti-snoring device. Then it will tell me the category it is best fit for my product. It'll suggest a bunch of different options, and after looking at all these different options, I think health and household and sleeping and snoring aids would be the best option for my product. If you're not sure what the best option for your product is, you can look at similar products on Amazon and check what category they are under. Now, something to keep in mind is certain categories on Amazon are going to be gated and need additional approval. For instance, sleep and snoring aids requires additional approval for Amazon, and they will only allow medically approved devices. There, you will need to go through additional steps in order to register your product in order to be sold in that category. There are a few other categories that will enable explicit permission. These include supplements and consumables, where you will need a COA or analysis from your manufacturer that confirms that your product actually contains what it says it does. Now, most products are not going to require this, but it is worth checking out to make sure there are no additional requirements for the category you're hoping to sell under. By the way, if you're new to my channel, my name's Connor. I've been making money online for over 8 years, including selling on Amazon across the past 2. I've helped countless people to achieve great success, and I want you to become one of them. So make sure to hit that subscribe button below and click the notification bell to stay updated in my future videos. Now, drop a comment down below if you have any questions during this video, and I will reply to every single one of them. In this video, I'm going to spill out some secret tips and tricks on how your product can top the rankings on Amazon so that you can get tons of sales. When you start selling a product on Amazon, the first thing it would ask is, does this product have variations? My product does not have a variation, so I will be putting no. If your product has variations, let's just say, for example, it has multiple colors or different sizes or multiple flavors, just go ahead and select yes. Also, if your product does not have any variations as of now, and you're planning to include variations in the future, you can change this to yes. Now, you can modify it in the future, but it is more difficult and involves taking down your listing, so you might as well set this up to begin with. The next thing you'll need to do is fill out the external product ID and select what kind of ID you want to use: a GTIN, a UPC, or ASIN. I think most of you will be selecting a UPC, and if you don't know, I recommend a UPC. Anyways, UPC stands for Universal Product Code. It is the barcode that you see on products that they scan at Walmart, Target, or actually anywhere they sell your product. Remember that if you're going to sell on Amazon, you need an identification number, and UPC is by far the most common. And if you'd like to get a UPC for your product, you're going to have to get one from gs1.org and buy a barcode. Before, you had to buy around 10 barcodes at once for $250, but now you can get one barcode for just $30. It's actually best and wise to invest in a legitimate barcode rather than opting for cheaper alternatives, as this will sure cause a lot of headaches down the road. So don't think twice on spending the $30 to get a legitimate barcode from GS1, and GS1 is the only legitimate source for barcodes in the US. So once you have your barcode, type those numbers here. If you're selling a product that does not require UPC, you can just select I do not have a product ID, and it will make you apply for an exemption. After that, Amazon will ask you to enter the name of your item, which will serve as the title of your Amazon listing. The title is one of the most important things in your product listing because it's one of the things that people see when they search for your product on Amazon, along with the main image, the price of your product, and the number of reviews. So my title for my Amazon listing will be Snooze Guard Custom Fit Anti-Snore Mouth Guard, Comfortable Moldable Sleep Aid for Quiet Nights. The reason why we have a long title like this is because it's the way that Amazon works. At the end of the day, Amazon is just a search engine where users just type for products they're looking to buy. Usually people will not be searching directly for your product, and they're going to be searching for what they want to purchase. If the keywords they use happen to be present in your title, they will most likely find your product listing. The goal here is to ensure your product ranks high in the search results, because the more your product listing is on the top of the search results, the more people will find your listing, and of course, the more sales you get. For you to better understand it, here's a graph of how many sales products get depending on the position they are in the search results. As you can see, the products at the topmost part of the search results get the most sales, followed by the second, third, fourth, and so on. Basically, the higher your product is in the search results, the better your product is going to sell. And if your product is on the second page, you can completely forget it. Amazon determines whether your product should appear in the search results based on a number of factors like your product's listings title, bullet points, and keywords. That's how Amazon will know if your product is relevant to what people are searching for. Next, you'll need to fill in the brand name for your product. If your product doesn't have a brand name, just check this box. This product does not have a brand name to let Amazon know. However, if your product does have a brand and you own that brand, you will need to go through the brand registry process of verifying ownership. Part of going through brand registry is filing for a trademark. If you don't want to go through brand registry, you can simply check this box. This product does not have a brand name, but the thing is, your product listing won't display a brand name. You can still use a word to display here. However, you will have to verify that it shows up on the product. Now, there's a third option if you do want a brand name to show up, but you don't want to file for a trademark and go through brand registry, and that is by writing a name here. Now, keep in mind, with this, you won't get access to the brand registry features. You won't get access to a store page or the A+ content. This will allow a brand name to show up here instead of just generic. Now, once you write a name here, Amazon will follow up with you to confirm that this is actually your brand. So they will require you to submit photos of your product with the brand name featured on it, as well as proof that you are registered with this brand name for an LLC or another business filing. If you have these things, I recommend this a whole lot more than listing your product just as generic. Once you've completed filling out this information, just click on continue. Next, you will need to fill out this vital information. First up, they'll ask who the manufacturer of your product is. You can pretty much put whatever you want in this area unless you have a specific contract with your manufacturer. You can even put your brand name here if you are the owner of the product, even if you use a third-party manufacturer. So I'm going to put snooze guard for my product. For the each unit count, we're going to put 1. The next question would be, is this product expirable? And for my product, the answer would be no. Of course, you need to indicate if the product you're trying to sell is expirable or not. After that, indicate your product's country of origin. I'm going to put the United States since my product is manufactured here. The next question is the unit count. You can change this into different units, like there's an option where you can put ounces or different things depending on the type of product that you're selling. To keep it simple, I'm going to put 1 count because people are buying 1 of this item when they buy it. If you sold your product in a 4 count, such as what I do with my product Performance Gum, then you would put 4 right here. You'll also select whether your product contains liquids or not. I'm going to put no since my product does not contain any liquid. Next, is this item heat sensitive? The answer to this is also no. If your item is not heat sensitive up into a certain degree listed here, you can go ahead and put no. You also need to put the form factor, and here I'm going to select this option right here. Also, it'll ask you, is your package level orderable? And for most of you watching this video, you might select yes, but this can be a bit complicated. Well, for now, don't worry about it. If you are confused and want more information, just click on the question mark for any of these things to see more information. Moving on to the offer section. The first field here is the contribution SKU. SKU stands for stock keeping unit, and you can enter whatever you want here or leave it blank, but Amazon will just randomly assign you a SKU consisting of a bunch of numbers and letters. It's mainly for your own organizational purposes. So this is for you and not for any external use, keeping track of inventory. So I'm going to put here snooze guard for the product in 1 in case I have any future variations. Next, it will ask you about the price of your product. So I'm going to put $29.99. This is actually the standard price. And later in this video, I'll show you how you can discount your product or put it on sale for a limited time. Next, you'll need to specify the quantity of your product. This is only relevant if you're planning on doing fulfilled by merchant. So here's the offer condition type. For most people selling products on Amazon, it's going to be new. In rare occasions, you might be selling a used product, but if you manufactured it, it's going to be a new product. If you got it from a store, it's still going to be a new product. So most cases it's going to be new unless this actually is a used product. Next is a very important question, the fulfillment channel. Basically, it asks you if you're going to ship your product or if you're going to allow Amazon to ship it for you. These are actually 2 different options here. The first option is merchant fulfilled or fulfilled by merchant. This means whenever you get an order on Amazon, they will send you a notification and you'll need to print out a shipping label. You'll also need to pack up and put the shipping label on the item and ship it out to the customer yourself. The second option, Amazon will ship and provide customer service. This is the one I usually recommend. This is known as FBA or fulfilled by Amazon, or you can send a number of product units to Amazon warehouse. When an order comes in, they're going to pick, pack, and ship it out to the customer for you. This option actually saves you a lot of time and a lot of money because Amazon has cheaper fulfillment rates. Plus, selecting FBA boosts your sales because when you choose this option, it will put a little Prime badge on your product's listing. This means that everyone who's a Prime member will see this and they'll know when they buy your product, they're going to be able to get the product shipped to them in 2 days or less. Prime customers are much more likely to buy Prime eligible products. Amazon knows this concept and often places Prime eligible products at the top of search results, leading to more sales. In fact, there are over over 150 million Prime members in the United States, and this number is continuing to grow. These customers actively seek out Prime eligible products, so if you want to create a passive income source, I highly recommend choosing Amazon Will Ship and provide customer service. Now we're going to go to the images section. In my opinion, the most important part of your product listing are the product images and bullet points. This is because when someone searches for your product, the search results display the main image, the title, the price, and the number of reviews. Among these, the main image is probably the most important thing, because if you can capture people's attention with your main image, then they're likely going to click on your product. And if they click on your product, they're very likely going to buy your product. So it's really important that you have the perfect main image. To create the perfect main image, ensure that it's going to stand out in the search results and perfectly match what people are looking for. Pay attention to the text, color, and overall design of your product. The goal is to make the product visually appealing and relevant to potential buyers. For the main image, it's basically showcasing the product packaging. And if you're looking for a main image that's professionally designed, that's specifically for getting results on Amazon from a professional team, then I highly recommend you check out FBA Creatives. The team behind FBA Creatives has created dozens of images for some of the top brands on Amazon, and they have a system that works for creating a main image and rest of your images for your listing that are truly going to stand out and get you sales. So I have a 50% off code. If you guys want to go check out FBA Creatives, I highly recommend you do so if you're worried about your main image or any of your images. Now, to upload your main image, click on the upload button and select the image that you'd like to use. Make sure you have as minimal white space around your image to make it appear larger in the search results. Besides your main image, you can upload up to 8 additional images. Add as many images as possible because Amazon buyers or customers can't physically inspect your product. The images you use are the only way to gauge what it's like to own your product. Use this opportunity to really sell your product and convince buyers to choose your product over the competition. For the additional images, consider using a graph or chart to show how your product outperforms other competitors. But keep in mind that Amazon has some image guidelines you'll need to follow when adding photos. Your main image needs to have a white background, and the images you upload need to be at least 1000 by 1000 pixels. This is important because when people are hovering over the images of your product, it will be able to zoom in. The preferred image format is JPEG, but you can also use TIFF or GIF files. Other images don't need a specific background, but ensure they only display the things that are actually being sold. You're not supposed to use things like props or anything like that, although some people do get away with it. Although many sellers use props, but they never get in trouble for it, there's a risk that Amazon might take down that image. If that happens, you can just add a different image later. Once you've added all your main images and all the other images, proceed to the description to add the bullet points for your product. Bullet points are crucial for convincing people to buy your product. It's also a place where you can enter keywords which people might search for on Amazon. Just like what we did with the title, include keywords in your bullet points to improve your product's ranking in the search results. So here I'm going to put the description and bullet points right here on the screen. You can check them out to see exactly how I styled them. One of the biggest mistakes that people make when creating bullet points is they don't sell the benefit of your product. Once you have bullet points ready, paste them in here and then click add more, and then you'll put the next bullet point after that. And basically, you'll do this for 5 bullet points. If you're done filling out the bullet points, Amazon will ask you if there's any kind of mandatory cautionary statement. Look through these different examples here and see if any of them apply to your product. If none of them do, you can click on no applicable warning. Before we click on save and finish, there's actually more hidden options. To get on those other options, you can click on all attributes. You don't actually have to fill out all these attributes, but there are some hidden gems that I highly recommend doing. One of them is the product description. Even though it's just optional, it's another opportunity for you to convince people why your product is amazing. So write out a compelling reason why people should buy your product and go ahead and paste it in there. You can also add a sale price for your product. Another hidden gem is the offer start date. Make sure if you're going to sell a product in the future, don't release it too soon. Without selecting an offer start date, your product becomes available for sale as soon as your listing is approved. That's actually bad and something that you want to avoid, because on Amazon, you want to maximize your sales from day one. So if you don't plan to select an offer start date, your product will be available whenever Amazon approves your listing, and it's going to reflect that your product has no sales when it first becomes available for sale. Another key thing to selling a product on Amazon is building up your audience. Promotions and generating excitement are key because you want to ensure that when you launch a product on that first day, you're going to generate as many sales as possible. Another key thing that a lot of people overlook is this keyword section. This is actually gold. Adding keywords here tells Amazon exactly which search results are relevant to your product. Now, here's a tool that could help you determine the search terms that you should focus on, and that's Helium 10. Now, Helium 10 is a crucial tool for anyone selling on Amazon as it helps you identify the keywords that you should be targeting. With this tool, you'll be able to create a better title and better bullet points and keywords too. Ultimately, your product gets more sales, and they have a bunch of other tools too. If you want to sign up for Helium 10, my discount link is right here and available down in the description to sign up. This is the best deal on the web. Check that out. It'll make a huge difference when listing your product. Once you've signed up for Helium 10, you'll have access to 2 powerful tools which will help you figure out which keywords to target: Magnet and Cerebro. To use Magnet, you'll need to type in things you think people would type into Amazon to buy your product. Helium 10 will then show you how many people search for these terms each month. This is one of those things that we want to make sure to include in our title and bullet points to maximize visibility and sales for your product. Another thing this tool does is it suggests additional search terms that people might be typing into Amazon. Even though not all these keywords are relevant, you can go through them and figure out which ones are the most relevant to your product that also happen to get the highest search volume. From there, you can compile a list of search terms that people are searching on Amazon where they might be interested in your product. So here we have things like snoring retainer, snore stopper, anti-snoring device, and a long list of other things. However, it's important to note that when inputting search terms, avoid repetition and competitor brand names. Never include the exact trademark name of one of your competitors. Another tool that you can use to do this is the tool called Frankenstein. Simply copy the list of keywords that you have, paste it in Frankenstein, and it will remove duplicates and convert everything into lowercase, and you can just paste this condensed list of keywords here. They also have a new AI feature built into it that will make it even easier and help build onto that. Again, remember to put these keywords into the product's listing, title, and bullet points for maximum visibility and sales potential. Now, if you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the subscribe and like the video, as I will be sharing more on this channel. Remember, your success on Amazon is just one click away. I'll see you next time.